Hello and welcome to another video of mine today, and today we're going to have a look at the Sim Update 11, which obviously brings the Airbus A310 from inibuilds. Exciting times. Now, what we're going to go over today is how to import your flight plan from SimBrief, set up the MCDU, and get the aircraft turned on and ready to fly. That's all we're going to cover today, so let's get started. Right, okay, so the first thing we're going to do is going to go to the EFB on the left here, and we're going to go to the settings tab at the bottom, and you're going to want to change these settings how you want them, basically. So if you want kilograms, if you want pounds, the IRS is to instant, short or realistic. Just go through the settings and set this as exactly how you want it. This is also where you calibrate your throttles, by the way, your thrust levers. If you're someone like me who has the Thrustmaster, not the Thrustmaster, the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, and you pull the reverse levers back and then push the throttles forward and back to control the reverses, you will want to do reverse on throttle axes to no. Otherwise, it will be a bit weird how you set the reverses in here. But apart from that, go through this as you see fit. On the left here, we've got the scale icon, and this is for mass and balance. The plane icon is for your takeoff configuration. The little clipboard here is a quick little checklist for the A310. The plug icon is your doors, your external units, and your pushback. The sliders here, this is for setting to cold and dark, GPU, APU, or ready for takeoff. And the little aircraft icon here is just some flight details and aircraft details. So the first thing we are going to do is the overhead. You're going to see this little green light on the external power. We're going to click that, and things start coming alive. So the rule of thumb here, if it's a white or an orange light, we're going to click it. So if it's a white light or an orange off light, we're going to click. So we're just going to do all these first, real quickly. And I'm not following any proper checklists or anything here. This is just to get the aircraft up and running and ready to fly, basically. Okay, so then down here on the nav and logo, we're going to put that to 1. And at the top here, you're going to have 3 nav switches. So we're going to go nav 1, nav 2, and nav 3. And all we do now is into the MCDU. We're going to clear the line IRS. We're going to go to menu, ACARS, and here you would put your SimBrief username in. Okay, your SimBrief username. And every time you want to import a flight plan, you just do request from SimBrief, pending, and there it is. So Heathrow to Edinburgh. So we can see here, company route uplink done. We're going to clear that. Now there's our cruise level, flight ID, so whatever airline you may be. So for example, PAA for Pan Am 236, sure. And then we're going to hit align IRSs, and GPS is now primary because I set it to instant. Now the cost index here is 0. Now for those that may remember from X-Plane 11, for example, there was actually no cost index because it was based on your max speed. And we can see that here through using SimToolkit Pro. We can see cruise is Mach 0.8. So we're just going to put 50 for the cost index, for example. You can change this as in your cruise, etc. So you can reach the Mach 0.8. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to clear that. And then we're going to go to our next page here, and we've got some information we need to fill in. So our fuel, our zero fuel weight, and everything. So at this point, we're going to go back to the EFB. Move this over a little. There we go. Ooh, there we go. And we're going to go to the scale icon. Now, this is worked on a slider base here, and I find it a little bit finicky. I would prefer it if you could type in manually. I haven't found a way to do this yet, so I hope if it's not in, it does get implemented. So you've got plan up here, which is where you can change the information, and then you can click live here, so you can no longer change the information as well. So we're going to go to plan. So the passengers, so we are taking 240, this can hold 238, so we'll just do max. The cargo is 6,087, so 6.1. And you can see that changing there, 6.1, and the fuel is 10.2. So 10.2, there's 0.1, 0.4, 0.1, 0.64. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'd like if you could type it in manually. We're going to go 10.4. We're going to hit apply once we're happy. You see the center of gravity move there, and here is our center of gravity here as well. And I do believe this 1.1 up is our trim for takeoff as well, I think. So once we've got this information, we can close this now. And so we're going to go back to the MCDU, and we need our block fuel and our zero fuel weight. So the block fuel is 10.4, so we're going to put that in, so 10.4. The zero fuel weight is going to be 105.3. 105.3. And the center of gravity is 25.3. So 25.3. So we're going to put that in, and that is the init page done. And what we're going to do is going to go to flight plan. We are leaving Heathrow, so we're going to click on EGLL. Now, SimBrief has given us departing from 27 right, so we're going to go Sid, 27 right, and that is via the UMLA 1 Foxtrot as well. So we're looking for that. There it is there. We're going to do that. So we've got them, and we're going to hit insert. Now we work all the way through the flight plan to find our destination. There it is there. So we're going to click on that. We're going to click on star, and we'll be looking to land runway ILS 24, and that is via the INP1 Echo. So INP1 Echo, in that goes, and insert. Now you look through the flight plan here and look for anything that says a vector or a disco, and you'd want to clear it. So there are no vectors or discos. Well, there's one here and one here, but that's after we land, so that's not a problem at all. If we had one through the flight plan, all you'd quickly do, so say, let's say Ribble here is a vector or disco. You literally hit clear, then click on the part where it is, and then there you go. So we've got one now. So say there's one there, you hit clear, click on the disco, and that's it gone. It just gets rid of it straight away. So all we do now, so the flight plan's done, the init page is done, I'm happy with that. Let's get the takeoff performance. So before we actually do the takeoff performance, let's get the APU up and running as well. So to get the APU up and running, you simply go down here at the bottom of the overhead, master SW to on, and hit start. And you should see an on indicated there. Now down here on this screen, this will show doing nothing for about 20-30 seconds while the APU basically starts. So while that's going, we're going to get our takeoff information. So on the MCDU, TO/approach, and we're going to go over here to the plane icon. Now this page is pretty cool. So the TORA is the runway length, so we're going to click on that. Click on the first option. It is dry. The runway heading, so we're going to click on this and click the first option again. Now the winds here, the winds currently are 220 for 11 knots, so 220 for 11. The outside air temperature is 14 degrees. And the QNH is currently 1022. So 1022. And now the weight, so we're just going to OK that. So up here on the weight now, you go back to the MCDU. You're going to go to init, next page, and take off gross weight. So 115.3. So we're going to literally put in up here 115.3 and OK that. So what we have here is the flaps configuration. You just click on these to cycle which the flap configuration you want for takeoff. Anti-ice, again, you just cycle through, and the same for air conditioning unit. So we're going to hit calculate once you're happy with all this, and how cool is that? So we've got V1 and VR of 138 and a flex temp of 159. So we're going to go back to TO here, 138 into VR, and the flex temp was 59, and we've got a V2 of 165, which we will put up here in a moment. So the APU should be starting now, and it should say available when it's ready, which it has done. So we can see blue there available, and above our heads where the APU is, it does also say available as well. So we are going to get the APU bleed on, which is on the right side. There it goes. And we're going to turn off the external power as well. So there goes the external power. Nice. So down here in the plug icon, we're going to turn off the GPU, so that's no longer connected. And back to the overhead, so we've got the GPU on, we're running on GPU power, and we've got the APU bleed on as well. APU on the APU generator, and APU bleed on as well. So we're going to go beacon light on for you, and we're going to go pitch, trim, yaw dampener, and ATS. And what that does real quick is this now gives us the MCP, so the autopilot information that's come alive, along with the engine control section of how we want to do it. So again, the flex temp was 59 for takeoff, so we're going to hit flex takeoff here, and then just change this number here to 59, and that will derate the engines as required. So there we go. So it's only going to use 96.0 of the target of the N2, and it was the takeoff speed was, let's see, the V2 is 165. So you put 165 in here. There we go, 165. Right, so now what we're ready for is we are now actually ready for APU engine start, sorry. So normally you would go into here, click on the plug icon and do the pushback through the system here, or another system if you have one. But for quickness of this video, I'm just going to start the engines right here at the gate, and it also means I don't have to worry about turning the aircraft and jumping in and out. I can show you guys what to look out for. So overhead, the beacon light's on. We've just turned it on a second ago, and the ignition here, we're going to go to start A, so left 2. You'll hear the air slow down because it's now pulling the air from the air conditioning unit to the engines to get them started, and you hit start here. So it goes from arm to open, as you can see right there, and down here you should see the N2 start rising for engine 2. When that gets to about 20-25%, you'll simply hit the fuel lever here for engine 2. So if you watch here, so let's say 15, 16, and there is 20. We'll go for 23. There's 23, and engine 2 fuel on, and the N1 should start rising now. The exhaust temp should be rising, and everything's coming alive. So what we're going to do is we're going to look out for this starter to go from open back to arm. Once it's done that, we will then start engine 1, the same process. So that little click just went from open to arm. So engine 1 now, open, and again we're waiting for N2 to reach about 20-25%. You heard a little clonk, and that is the engine generator for engine 2 coming alive, basically. The aircraft switching to that generator, and you'll see it again for engine 1. You'll see the screens flicker. So there's 20%, and we can go engine 1 fueled in now, and everything's coming alive. There's the click, and you'll see the screens flicker. There they go. And what we're going to do is the ignition, we can go to off now, and then up here we can literally go to the APU bleed. We can just turn that off, and the master SW for the APU, we can do that off as well, and the APU will start shutting itself down. That's it. That's literally it. You are ready to taxi and pretty much take off. The aircraft knows where it's going, how it's going to get there. It also knows its fuel, it knows its weights and everything, and you're good to go. So you've got your flight plan here, you've got your takeoff information. Yeah, that's it. So it's just a matter of just doing the flight basically, and just start playing with the systems a bit more. Very quick guide just to get you going for your first few flights for the A310. I hope you enjoy the aircraft. It looks incredible. Any questions, please do drop a comment below, and I'll do my absolute best to answer them. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.